Alright guys, here we are with some MX versus ATV All Out. Today, we are going to be checking out the 2020 layout of Hangtown. And this is part of the 2020 AMA Pro Motocross Championship Season Pass. And with the Season Pass, we get Hangtown, Southwick, High Point, Florida, Thunder Valley, Redbud, Loretta Lynn's, Budds Creek, Unadilla, Ironman, Spring Creek, and Washougal. And each week a different track will release on Thursday. So be looking for that if you have the DLC Season Pass. New track, similar to how it was in Supercross Encore with the 2017 Supercross replica tracks. Alright, so we're jumping into it here to check out 2020 Hangtown. I did play the track a tiny bit just to get used to the game because it has been, it's been a while. And lately we've been on the Supercross 3 grind, so obviously this game feels a tiny bit different, and I kind of wanted to refamiliarize myself with it. That's what we did. But the track, I mean, think back to the other AMA Pro Nationals we have from MX versus ATV. Is the same quality that you would expect from the past tracks we've gotten. It's really, really well done, really, really accurate, and it does have some stuff outside of the track that you can mess around on, and I will show you at the end of the video. But here at the beginning, I kind of just want to focus on the track. And the part about this track that I feel like they have a really good balance on is that some of the tracks, I mean, I love seeing really rough tracks and tons of ruts. I mean, it's nice. In the case of this track, it's nice to have it be rough and have ruts, but have them made in a way that you can actually hit them at the higher speed that you can hit in this game. Because this game, you know, you can carry your speed into the corners a lot more than some of the other games. So having the ruts be really grabby, you know, helps in this game. And I don't feel like they have so many that you're popping over the top of every rut that you're trying to hit. You know, they have a few options in the corners, but they grab you pretty good, and, you know, you're popping over the inside rut, and all of a sudden you end up, you know, in the outside rut. A bit of variety. Not every track should feel the same. And before I forget, I do want to say thank you to Rainbow Studios TH2 Nordic for allowing us to check it out early and show it to you early. But by the time you see this video, it probably will be Thursday. So you'll be able to play it same as I can by the time you see this video. So if you have played it already, let me know in the comments your thoughts on the track and how you felt they did on this particular track. I feel like they did a really good job. Another part I feel like they did a really good job on was the scaling. In this game, it has a pretty significant preload, but you really don't have to preload on too much. I mean, when the track starts to get really, really rough, yeah, you might have to preload, especially if you blow the corner. But for the most part, if you just carry your speed, you hit everything just about right. Unless you're trying to send it for some huge line, you really don't have to preload very much. So the combination of not having to preload, carrying your speed, and having ruts that really grab you, and not having too many ruts in a corner, it works really well, and the track is very, very flowy. So overall, it's really good. I wouldn't say it's my favorite one out of the tracks we already have from last year, because I'm a little bit biased, you know. I love Unadilla. It's my favorite track, probably of all time. So, of course, it's not my favorite. But it's just as good as any other track they have given us to this point. And I can't comment really on any of the other 2020 replicas that we're going to get, because, first of all, I haven't played it, or played them, and I don't want to ruin it for anybody until next week when they release. I believe it would be Southwick next week. And here I just wanted to show you some first person because I believe that this is probably the most fun way to play these AMA Pro Motocross replica tracks. It's just really fun in first person. You can change the camera angle now and adjust it to how you want to play and what fits you best, I guess. And it just feels really good. Even if you underjump or overjump, it doesn't feel as bouncy. It just works really, really good. Really, really good. It's one of my favorite first person cameras in any game right now. Arcade game. Because, yeah, MX bikes, I prefer to play that game in first person as well. But for an arcade game, this is an awesome first person camera. And I just feel like it's the best way to play. It feels the best. It feels more immersive, and it makes it a bit easier, in my opinion, to get into those ruts. And when you play these replica tracks, the track is fun, but one of the best parts about it is really, really getting into those ruts and really railing a corner, So I feel like in first person here, it's easier to hook into them and I don't know, it just feels better. So yes, I believe these replica tracks have the time of day effect, I guess, where, for us here, it's like evening time. And this is the only time I was playing in it, so I'm sure you can have midday, morning, whatever time of day you can have on these tracks, but I haven't tried it. I also haven't done a race, and I know that if we did a race, you'd have all the banners, and as I said last year, all the bells and whistles on it where, it really feels like the track, race day. So I didn't show you that. You can check it out yourself and run races at Hangtown. At the end here, I kind of want to show you, there is some stuff. If you remember the tracks from last year, some of the tracks had extra stuff on them. Some of it might have been real, some of it might have been not real. I know some of you guys were saying when and when it wasn't. But here you have some extra stuff. You have a ton of trails, like a ton of trails. And on some of those trails, you have like sections where there's some jumps. It's almost like a poor man's straight rhythm. You know what I mean? On both sides of the track, it's kind of similar to this, where, where you just have these really long sections of straight, but then there's some jumps and some rhythms there that you can hit. Again, it is on both sides of the track, and there are multiple sections like that. And then another thing I didn't really show, I'm just going to kind of show you the trails here, is on the track, there are spots where it's like these really big dirt walls around the track, and you have like a really big lead up to it, and you can just send it. I didn't show you, I thought I did, but then when I was doing the video, I realized that I didn't have it, I guess. I must have not been recording. Because usually when I record, especially in a post commentary, if I get a really good lap in, I'll stop the recording and know that, hey, at the end of that video, we got what we wanted, and then so on and so forth. So I thought I had it, but I forgot. And the same goes for, there's a section on top that I didn't show you, kind of to the right of the starting gate. There's a part up there that has some trucks, some semis, and some freestyle ramps. So there's a little area that is dedicated to some freestyle up on top. Sorry I didn't get it for you. There's a couple big freestyle ramps in the back there. You can hit those, but for the most part, it's pretty empty over there. But I feel like, while Shugol had a ton of trails too, but these trails here felt like they just went on and on and on and on and on. Like, it didn't just feel like I was doing this short circle. It felt like I was actually riding trails that kind of went somewhere. You know what I mean? So yes, Hangtown kicking off the 2020 AMA Pro Motocross Championship DLC Season Pass. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really, really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.